Torres again, but it's away by Asensio. Out to Garcia. Garcia again gives the ball away on that left-hand side, but this time he wins a throw-in. It's just from a heavy touch that's there from Koundé. It's not from a challenge or anything. And the throw-in's taken by Fran Garcia. He just needs to ease himself into this game, catch up with the pace of it. Barcelona playing patiently, but Real Madrid are trying to find that pass into the final third much quicker than Barcelona at the moment. He needs to get up to the pace that his side are trying to play at, especially down that left-hand side. He'll be up against quite a bit with Lamine Yamal. But now it's in midfield with Valverde. Just get that pass on the over the top into space for Vinicius Junior to chase, but closed down by Pedri, and it wins a throw-in for Real Madrid inside their own half. Throw-in goes down the line for Vinicius Junior again, won back this time by Martin inside his own half. Plays this all the way back to Martinez, just outside of his own area. Martinez lets this run into the area before playing 15 yards to his right for Kabasi. Kabasi upfield to the halfway line now. De Jong will turn in confidence, play the ball out onto the right hand side. It's with Yamal. Yamal skips past Fran Garcia on the right hand side, takes it to the edge of the area, tries to nip it inside of Rudiger. Garcia's back, making up the lost ground, and it's going to be a corner for Barcelona, but it's on that right hand side for Lamine Yamal. He's just taken the ball neatly over the top of Fran Garcia and then just knocked it quite easily on the inside of Asensio as well. And I think if it wasn't for Garcia getting back, Yamal was beating even Asensio to the second ball. But we've got an in-swinging corner on its way from the right-hand side for Barcelona, in towards the middle, headed away by Rudiger. As far as the edge of the area, De Jong collects it onto his right foot. Can he get across back into the middle? No, he's forced to switch this onto the right-hand side for Yamal. Still quite far outside of the area, though, as Barcelona begin to regroup. It allows Real Madrid to do the exact same thing. Now Rafinha gets the ball, and De Jong goes in for another heavy tackle. The ball falls in their favour, though. Back to Lamine Yamal. Out to Martinez, down the left-hand side to Martin. And now to Pedri. Pedri can run through the middle. He has the freedom to do so in that role in the midfield area. De Jong goes into the tackle with Jude Bellingham and concedes a free kick, though, about 15 yards outside of the Real Madrid area. Just a late tackle going into Jude Bellingham. Free kick taken quickly, back to Asensio. Asensio's ball down the right hand side, brought down by Vinicius Junior. Tackle comes in from Martin, wins it back for Barcelona, now plays it to Pedri. Pedri waits for the run of Rafinha on the left hand side, doesn't get it, loses out on possession, but Real Madrid, as soon as they get it back into Barcelona's half, it's won back by Barcelona. Now Koundé on the right hand side drives forward up towards the halfway line, then makes the pass back into his own half to Kabasi. Kabasi now to Szczesny. Szczesny out to Martinez. Martinez can venture up towards the halfway line again. He brings the Barcelona defence with him. Out onto the left-hand side for Martin. Martin threads this through for Rafinha inside the area. Across the middle it goes. There's no Barcelona players making the run. Lamine Yamal's late, but Garcia gets the ball away first. Out to Koundé, though, on the edge of the area. Now across to Pedri. Pedri chips it over the top, but it's an awful ball, and it's straight into the hands of Thibaut Courtois, who slows things down for Real Madrid. They're on the back foot at the moment on Madrid, struggling to really get the ball outside of their own half. Barcelona controlling the game very easily towards Jude Bellingham. Bellingham heads this on now for Vinicius Junior. Onto the right hand side in plenty of space is Rodrigo on the edge of the area. Junior's held his run on the edge of the area, more central though. He gets the possession now, waits for that run from Bellingham, instead tries to find the pass out onto the left hand side, but it's not there for Dani Ceballos. And Barcelona will break onto the left hand side now. Rafinha heads it into space onto the edge of the area. Across the middle it goes. Superb tackle made there by Asensio inside of the area. Yamal just looked like he was knocking that past Courtois, but he's just thrown himself in the way and got the block in. And then Courtois has been able to move out and collect the ball. Now up towards Bellingham at the halfway line. Bellingham, can Madrid now try and get the ball into Barcelona's half? The supporters are very much behind him at the moment as Vasquez gets this out on the right hand side. Goes back onto the inside for Bellingham, and his left-footed cross over to the left-hand side is going to be chased down by Garcia. He's not going to be able to keep it in play. And it will go out for a goal kick. That initial tackle was... Ooh, actually, I thought he'd just thrown himself down and got the block in. We might have a VAR check here for a penalty. We're not going to. The referee said that after the VAR check it's fine to carry on, but that is dangerously close. The sliding tackle, I thought he'd got his body in the way of it. It's come off of a trailing hand from Real Madrid, so they're lucky to have not conceded a penalty at that point, but we've just looked at the replay that indicates that a handball was there, and VAR could have had the chance to overturn that and give a penalty away. There weren't any calls from Barcelona players. There were none in the area, and after going in for the tackle, Lamine Yamal wasn't even looking in that direction, so could maybe have been harsh to do so. Now a free kick's being given to Barcelona inside Real Madrid's half for Jude Bellingham's tackle on Lamine Yamal. Bellingham is very unhappy with the referee's decision. The free kick has been given. It's taken by De Jong across to Pedri. Out to the left-hand side from Pedri to Martin. Martin inside to Rafinha. Back to Pedri again. Helped further back to Martinez at the halfway line. Martinez goes across now to Kabasi. Inside the centre circle, inside his own half. Kabasi out right now for Koundé. Koundé down the line for Yamal. Yamal by the touchline. Into his own half towards Pedri. Pedri again inside the centre circle. Through the middle. Finds some space now for Ferran Torres. Drops the ball off with his first touch to De Jong. Now for Pedri again. Out to Yamal just outside of the area. Up against Garcia. Yamal onto his left foot. Sends it across the face of goal. Just wide. All it needed was a touch from any Barcelona player to divert that goalwards. That is a very dangerous ball from Lamine Yamal. Just trickled across the 6-yard box. No Real Madrid player dare get in front of it. Rudiger had to step away knowing that he'd have just directed it towards his own goal. And all it needed was one player. There was Olmo and Torres both in there, and neither could get onto the end of it. Well, now the goal kick's taken short again from Courtois, and the first time clearance away from Rudiger, and the possession is back again in Barcelona's favour inside their own half. Now it's across to Martinez, just outside of the centre circle. It has been pure domination from Barcelona. In the opening 20 minutes they've had 73% of the possession, and it's pretty much all been inside of Real Madrid's half. Now Martinez, a late tackle there on Rafinha. We're going to have a free kick to Barcelona. His first pass to Rafinha. Rafinha gave it straight back and went down to ground. And it's an easy decision for the referee to make, to give the free kick. It was Lucas Vazquez that just went straight into the back of him, and it was after the ball had been played from Rafinha. I think Vazquez is lucky not to have conceded a penalty there. To have received a yellow card, sorry. He was lucky to have not conceded a penalty earlier. In a dangerous position, Barcelona stood over the free kick, and it is Rafinha that is doing so. Courtois just sets his stall up. Pedri stood over the free kick as well, so it's either him or Rafinha who will put the ball into the box. Rafinha does so, goes in towards the middle, headed goalwards, helped over by Courtois at the corner for Barcelona. Out on the left hand side, Real Madrid are wanting a free kick for an altercation that went on inside the area. Lovely leaping header directed goalwards from Koundé. It was just dipping below the crossbar. Courtois didn't take any chances and he helped it on its way. It's going to be a third corner of the afternoon now for Barcelona. Out on the left hand side, in swinging corner on its way from Dani Olmo again. Instead plays the short to Yamal onto the edge of the area now with Pedri. Pedri's cross goes in towards the middle, goes to absolutely everybody again. Barcelona, nobody gambling inside the area. These chances are coming, they're just not doing anything in that final third. Nobody's taking that final chance, trying to get a touch onto any of these crosses that are being made. Some superb balls into the box from Barcelona so far though. Vazquez plays it short. Martin collects it because of the run that was being made over the top by Rodrigo, expecting the ball through. Bit of miscommunication from Real Madrid. Martin's ball down the line's blocked out by Tchouaméni, and it's going to be a throw into Barcelona on the left hand side, inside of the opposition half. Throws this short back to Martinez, across to Kabasi, now to Pedri, inside the centre circle, out to Kabasi again, now across to Martin. Martin finds space for Rafinha, back to Martin, outside of the area at the moment, brings this inside, looks for the pass. Bellingham's there, but it's won back immediately after by Olmo. Olmo then goes into attack with Vinicius Junior, and Bellingham comes away with the ball on the right hand side, goes down to ground, and it's a free kick to Real Madrid on the right hand side, and they'll just be able to slow the pace down. At the moment, these quick free kicks that Real Madrid are taking, when they're earning them, and the danger of having to get the ball away immediately is just working into Barcelona's favour, and it's gifting them possession back. And Courtois' save just being replayed inside the stadium. A very good save to make as well. Played short though from Vasquez, does this free kick. Now inside to Tchouaméni and Valverde. Valverde has to turn back towards his own goal, makes the pass to Asensio. Long ball over the top, it's going to be chased into space here by Rodrigo. Chance for Real Madrid, he's got Vinicius Junior. Now it's back to Rodrigo onto the left hand side. A chance for Ceballos, effort blocked. Falls back to the edge of the area and won back by Tchouaméni. Tchouaméni back to the left hand side, now for Ceballos again. Goes towards his own half with a pass to Rudiger. And now Tchouaméni. Now Rodrigo again, this time on the left hand side, dribbles it inside past Yamal, tries to beat another player though, and it's won back by Koundé. Now to Yamal. Yamal up towards the halfway line, he can drive forward with it. He's surrounded now by a couple of Real Madrid players. That's an awful tackle through the back of Lamine Yamal. He's gone down holding on to his calf area. The referee's just going to have a discussion now with Martinez, who's gone straight up and confronted the referee. He feels that maybe more than just a free kick should be given, but the referee's standing his ground and saying not on this occasion. It wasn't a nice tackle made by Dani Ceballos. The free kick's the right decision. Side by Martin through the middle to Pedri, who's brought down to ground, and a free kick now inside of Real Madrid's half for Barcelona, just outside of the centre circle. Across it goes now to Koundé. Koundé now for De Jong. To Lamine Yamal, and if anything was going to work for Barcelona, especially since the substitution of Ferland Mendy going off, it was going to work down that right hand side. It's really been difficult for Fran Garcia to handle any of what Lamine Yamal's thrown at him. He's definitely onside, he's outside of the area, and he's just driving the ball at Garcia, who's just stepping away. He's stepping away constantly, he's inviting the pressure from Lamine Yamal. And then as he's dribbled it inside, it's just fallen to Pedri on the edge of the area, who did not hesitate to place that in the top corner of the goal. There is not a goalkeeper in the world that is getting a hand to that. Much less the tallest goalkeeper in La Liga, in Thibaut Courtois, could not reach the top corner, having thrown himself across the goal. That goal is going to be played over and over again. It is one that Pedri will cherish for the rest of his career. Barcelona 1, Real Madrid 0, and Carlo Ancelotti's side really need to build up their game and grow into this, because otherwise it is an onslaught from Barcelona.
In this particular match.
They're in a league of their own in this fixture so far. And now it's back to Martinez on the left hand side, and Real Madrid have given possession away all too easily. Martinez out to Martin now. By the touchline, he was waiting for that run through the middle from Ferran Torres. Instead goes back to Martinez again. And now for Koundé. Koundé dribbles this inside. Through the middle it goes. Another harsh tackle, this time from Rudiger. On to the left hand side, Martin tries to thread it through, gets it now out to the left hand side for Torres. Torres finds the overlapping run. There's not an option in the middle. Across the face of goal it goes from Rodrigo, but into the arms of from Rafinha and into the arms of Thibaut Courtois. He's down to ground inside the 6-yard box and holds on to the ball. And now we're going to see a yellow card for Tchouaméni. And I think it is just a case of frustration settling in for Real Madrid now. It's a late tackle in. Yeah, it's an awful tackle on Olmo. He's completely missed the ball and just taken the player down. And I don't know how Tchouaméni's even having any complaints at the referee for the booking that he's receiving. It's definitely deserved. And we have got a break in play at the moment whilst Dani Olmo is being seen to by the physio. Barcelona won't want any injury, of course, as well to worry about. Olmo, the goal scorer in the 1-0 win against Mallorca last weekend. And they've got players on the bench warming up just in case. And they've still got quite a bit of strength on the bench if they do require Dani Olmo to leave the field. He's just been helped back to his feet now, and he is able to carry on as the physios leave the field. The referee says that when the physios have left, he's going to drop the ball back for Thibaut Courtois. And there's still a complaint going on from Tchouaméni about the yellow card. And I think it's a very clear yellow card. Referee now drops the ball for Courtois, and we are back underway just after the half-hour mark here in the Copa del Rey final. Out of his hands, Courtois goes upfield, going to be chased down now by Vinicius Junior, who goes with a bit of a high boot onto the header of Kabasi, but the referee says that Barcelona can continue as they have possession and advantage into Real Madrid's half. Rafinha lays the ball off now for Martin on the left hand side, goes back to Martinez, and now to Kabasi and Koundé. Koundé back to Kabasi and towards the penalty spot with a pass to Szczesny. Out onto the left hand side for Martinez. Lets this ball run across his body, plays it down the line for Rafinha to chase. Can't gained possession. He ends up knocking it on further for Ferran Torres to chase. He's going to chase all the way through to Courtois. Gets the ball away with a left-footed clearance. Off balance as well, all the way through to Rodrigo, who's brought down to ground, and a free kick to Real Madrid inside of Barcelona's half. It's been a long time coming, but I think Real Madrid are now starting to grow into the game. Tell them just to drop the ball down. Out to the right hand side now with Asensio, now to Rodrigo, and then Rafinha back towards his own half, and then out it goes now to Lamine Yamal. Yamal inside the centre circle inside his own half. Yamal plays it out to Koundé, now to Yamal again. Yamal plays it through the middle. Olmo tries to get there, but Vasquez has read it well. Lays this ball off now for Rodrigo, and a chance for Real Madrid to press forward, but they are outnumbered by Barcelona's defensive players again. And Dani Ceballos, who tries to create some kind of attack down that left hand side, is forced to go back into his own half with a pass to Garcia. Garcia is brought down to ground, wants a free kick, and he's going to get one just inside his own half. Helped back to his feet though now by Lamine Yamal. And he takes the free kick himself, goes back towards Antonio Rudiger, just outside of the area. Rudiger now all the way back to his goalkeeper, and Courtois just outside the 6-yard box, up towards the edge of the area. Now to Asensio, outright for Vasquez. Vasquez goes down the line. Now Vinicius Junior, excellent work from him, gives the ball to Jude Bellingham. Jude Bellingham turns again onto his left and quickly switches over to his right and gets the ball past Pedri. And now plays this out left for Tchouaméni. Cross comes in, headed away as far as Vasquez on the edge of the area. Back through the middle, it's with Bellingham, it's 1-1. Flag goes up, offside. The celebrations are brought to an immediate halt. And he's saying there was an option making the overlapping run. He knew he was offside. Just going to have a look at the replay and see how far. Yeah, he is quite far offside. And he knew it. He's pointed directly to the player that was making the overlapping run. He said that Ceballos should have been the pass of choice. Or confirmed offside, free kick Barcelona inside their own area. Taken out by Szczesny. Up towards Pedri. Pedri at the halfway line can take a touch, brings it inside and tries to find Lamine Yamal, but again Garcia's there, who's certainly stepped up his game since the goal was scored. Now for Lucas Vasquez. Up to Torres. Gives possession away. And Martin. Back inside to Martinez. Through the middle. Over the top again now for Ferran Torres. Torres is going to chase through the middle. It's gone out to Martin on the left hand side. Takes it into the area. Martin tries to lay the ball off, and down goes again Barcelona players inside the area. And Real Madrid players. We've got two players down inside the area. That's a very late challenge from Martin. Free kick is given now to Real Madrid. Jude Bellingham is furious because there was an advantage for Real Madrid. He's not the only one, because Dani Ceballos is there. Lucas Vasquez is rushing his players away, and he's having a word with the referee because he feels that while there is going to be a yellow card given to Martin at the moment, and it's well deserved because that's an awful tackle again, it's definitely getting heated between these two, and Dani Ceballos now is having a word with the referee again, saying that there's a clear advantage. The tackle that was made by Tchouaméni on the edge of the area has seen Olmo roll into Antonio Rudiger, and then the late tackle that was made by Gerard Martin onto Tchouaméni looked more like maybe a retaliation tackle, and Real Madrid were chasing down that right hand side and had Barcelona defenders outnumbered, and the referees pulled it back for the free kick to give a yellow card. So a bit of an inconsistency there. Now to Ceballos. Out onto the left hand side for Tchouaméni. Into Vinicius Junior. Junior takes it into the area, lays this across the middle. There's no Real Madrid players there this time waiting for the ball. Just kept in play by Rodrigo. Now to Vasquez, onto the edge of the area. Across the middle to Valverde. Valverde plays it back to the left back, Garcia. Now for Junior again. Turns on the ball and loses his footing. Gives possession away to Yamal. Yamal's long ball over the top. It's going to be chased down by Torres. Flag stayed down for now. Rudiger's going to chase him down. Torres goes down to ground. The ball goes all the way through to Courtois. No free kick given. Real Madrid come away with the ball up towards the halfway line. Now inside for Ceballos. Now for Tchouaméni. Across to Asensio. About halfway between the edge of the area and the halfway line. Tchouaméni then gets the ball. Out to Vasquez. Vasquez back inside for Asensio. Asensio now to Rudiger. Rudiger out left with the pass to Garcia. Garcia can go up towards the halfway line. He'll continue to push forward. Down the left-hand side, he's got an option. Can he get the ball to him? No, he can't. It's too heavy of a pass, and Valverde can't keep the ball in play. And it's going to be a throw into Barcelona on that right-hand side. Into the final 5 minutes of regular time at the end of this first half. Just looking at Martin's pass back now. Ooh. Maybe there's an argument as to why Barcelona should have had a free kick first, but the referee didn't give it, and Tchouaméni drove forward with the ball for Real Madrid. That then obviously led to the yellow card for Martin, but now it's with Koundé on the right hand side, inside of Real Madrid's half. Now to Pedri. Pedri's ball over the top, finds Rafinha on the edge of the area, chests this down, takes this further to the edge of the area, plays the ball back, cleared well towards Tchouaméni, and Jude Bellingham gets in the way this time. And Valverde and Ceballos, excellent football between the two of them to make it up towards the halfway line, and Jude Bellingham's waiting for the run out on the right hand side from Ceballos this time, but he's opted to play it back instead. Now Valverde through the middle, but it's a poor pass and just held up on the ground, didn't get all the way through to Vinicius Junior, making the run through the Barcelona defenders. Now out to the left hand side again with Rafinha this time. Slows play down for Barcelona, and Frenkie de Jong joins the attack. Now with Pedri. Now Olmo. Back to de Jong, just outside of the centre circle. Onto his left-hand side, he's got Martin in plenty of space by the touchline. Martin collects the ball. Back again to de Jong, around the halfway line. Dribbles this inside. Now into the centre circle with Martinez across to Kabasi. Back to Martinez. Barcelona opening up these gaps a bit easier now. Out to Martin by the touchline on the left-hand side. And back inside to Martinez and across to Kabasi. Then out right to Koundé. Koundé back to Martinez. Now out left for Martin. Through the middle. Finds space for de Jong. De Jong can drive forward and will. He's got options to his left. He's got a couple to his right as well. One making the run through the middle. Gets it out to Olmo. Olmo through the middle. Away from Rudiger. As far as on the right hand side with Tchouaméni. Tchouaméni plays it down the line for Vasquez. Vasquez has to twist and turn to get the ball away. Back through the middle for Tchouaméni, who wasn't aware of it. Had to stretch out a leg but gets there first. Now it's with Ceballos. Onto the left hand side for Vinicius Junior. Has Rodrigo on the right hand side. Bellingham making a run through the middle. Junior chases this further down. He's up against Koundé at the moment. Loses his footing. Gets back to his feet and keeps possession. And plays it back to Dani Ceballos. And then to Garcia, and Garcia's pass out wide.
Really
gives possession away, and it's a throw into Barcelona again on the right hand side. It'll be taken by Koundé.
Currently, Barcelona is leading with
He's going to take his time in doing so. And then throws it down to Kabasi anyway. Now to Martinez. Out to Martin. Now to Rafinha. Back to Martinez. Now Olmo. Olmo goes back before getting it through to Pedri. Pedri continues his run, as does Olmo. Plays it back to Olmo, who's gone down to ground by a tackle from Rudiger, and a free kick's been given this time, and Pedri having a discussion with the referee again. And Olmo's just holding on to his shoulder this time. Just going to have a look and see if there's anything in the landing. It's a tackle into the back of him. Oh, and there's a challenge there from Rudiger, who's just laid the shoulder into the chest area of Olmo. There's plenty more yellow cards, I'm sure, to come throughout the course of this game. It's a fixture that's steeped in history. I've stood over the ball at the moment. Is Rafinha. 4 players in the wall as Courtois organising the wall, just on the edge of the area. Ferran Torres joins Rafinha on the edge to take this free kick. Rafinha strikes it, takes a deflection off the wall, goes wide. It's going to be a corner for Barcelona on the left hand side, their 4th corner, and it might just signal the last attack of the first half. We're getting towards that stage of the game now. Depending on how long it takes to set up for this set piece. Olmo with the in-swinging corner from the left-hand side. And it goes towards the 6-yard box, all the way through, it's gone and it's bounced off the post. Falls back into the path there of Pedri, who can't hit the target. Rudiger gets in the way of it and gets the ball away, and it's going to be chased down that left-hand side by Vinicius Junior. It's put away out of play for a throw-in now from Koundé, and Real Madrid tried to take the throw-in quickly, but there's nobody there for support. That corner's gone all the way through everybody and bounced off of the post. And I mentioned earlier that nobody was capitalising and gambling in that final third for Barcelona. You could say that's the case again. It's taken a touch off nobody on its way through. That would have been a goal direct from a corner from Olmo. But instead, Real Madrid come away with the ball, and they've got a throw in now in the opposition half. Throws it back now to Rudiger. Across to Asensio. Asensio out to Vasquez. Back to Asensio. Through the middle to Valverde. Valverde onto the left-hand side for Vinicius Junior. He's up against Koundé at the moment. Tries to beat him. Takes it into the area. Koundé gets ahead of him. Sends the ball behind, and it's going to be a corner to Real Madrid on the left-hand side. Got an in-swinging corner on its way for Real Madrid this time, with 20 seconds left of regular time at the end of this first half. And that corner it's astounding how everybody's in that 6-yard box and nobody's got a touch on it. How the ball's made its way all the way through. And now we've got an in-swinging corner from the left-hand side that's going to be taken by Vinicius Junior. Plenty of options in the middle if you can get a good cross in. Goes in towards the 6-yard box, headed away though by Martinez. It's going to be a throw-in from beside the corner flag for Barcelona. For Real Madrid, in fact, sorry, on the left-hand side. And Garcia's going to take it, just to allow Real Madrid to hold on to their positioning. 8 seconds left of the regular time. Not sure how much added time is going to be given at the end of this first half, if any. Kylian Mbappe may in fact be coming on at half-time, because he's just receiving some instructions from his manager by the touchline while warming up. Throwing taken back. 5 minutes of added time given at the end of this first half. Has been quite stop-start with injuries, and we've got another stop at the moment with a Barcelona player down, but he is off the field, and Dani Ceballos walks away with a bit of a smirk. Lamine Yamal's gone down to ground. Feels like there was an incident there where Dani Ceballos has connected with him. The referee's just calling Ceballos over now. Yamal's back to his feet. Might just have a word with the two involved. Just having a look, Ceballos refused to give the ball back to Lamine Yamal. And just looking, Dani Ceballos has thrown the ball, and after he's thrown the ball and he's released the ball out of his hands, the trailing hand has come down and it's caught Yamal on the face, and it may have been exaggerated slightly, but the referee's done well to deal with the situation. Barcelona on the right hand side with Koundé dribbling the ball, and it's won back by Fran Garcia, who goes back to his goalkeeper just outside of his own area, sends that route one, headed away this time by Kabasi into the Real Madrid half. Brought down by Bellingham. Bellingham finds the ball through this time for Vinicius Junior. Vinicius Junior bearing down on goal, takes it into the area. That's an awful tackle. That's got to be a penalty, and it is a penalty to Real Madrid just before half time. Now we're going to see if he's offside first of all. Vinicius Junior is chasing this down the left hand side, takes it into the area, and that is an awful tackle made by Kabasi that's given a penalty away, and the referee is going to pull it back for offside, so there's no penalty for Real Madrid. Just looking when that pass is made. Ooh, I'm not sure if he's onside. Vinicius Junior is going to chase it down. It is an horrible tackle. He's actually gone into Szczesny as well whilst going in for the tackle. He's completely missed the ball. His boot has got caught in the ground, in fact. What he's done is he's gone to try and slide in, and the toe part of his boot has got caught in the ground, and it's kind of made things difficult for him, and it sent him driving into Vinicius Junior. But it's going to be a free kick now to Barcelona inside their own half. Out to Lamine Yamal, won back by Garcia. Inside now to Rudiger. Rudiger to Tchouameni. Tchouameni's under pressure. Goes back towards his own goal and plays this all the way back to Courtois inside the 6-yard box. Takes his first touch to drag this out right. And then the long ball upfield is headed away by Martinez onto the left-hand side. Brought down by Yamal, and the tackle comes in from Asensio, but a handball's been given, and a free kick now to Barcelona inside of Real Madrid's half. About 10 yards inside of it. We've now played 3 of the 5 allocated minutes at the end of the first half. Out to Martin. Martin through the middle for Rafinha. Rafinha's cross is blocked and a free kick's been given for an off the ball incident, and a free kick has been given to Barcelona. And the referee's just dealing now with an incident that De Jong is not happy with, as is Martinez. Perhaps requesting more than just a free kick to be given, but this first half has been very stop-start between the two sides, just for foul after foul. And incidents with Olmo, with Rafinha, obviously the one just a moment ago with Vinicius Jr. He is offside, it's only by his arm, and it's the 2D semi-automated offside that his assistant is letting us know at a quicker rate than what the VAR official would have been able to do. Stood over the free kick now though, we've got Rafinha and Dani Olmo. Options in the box for Barcelona to perhaps double their advantage going in towards the break. Cross comes in, headed behind. Corner to Barcelona, their 5th corner of the first half. And Olmo goes across to take this on the left hand side into the final minute of added time at the end of this first half. Barcelona have been dominant for the best part of around about 35 minutes of it. There have been a couple of spells for Real Madrid where they've been the better side, but on the grand scheme of things, I'd say at half time, Barcelona going in ahead is a fair scoreline to be on. Olmo sends this in towards the near post, just kept in play this time by Torres. Away though from the edge of the area, goes towards Pedri. First time effort, and the ball just rolls into the arms of Courtois. First time clearance out to Jude Bellingham, headed away by Martinez, back up towards the halfway line. Dribbled inside now though by Tchouaméni, out to Valverde, brought down to ground, free kick wanted, nothing given, and now it's Barcelona to come forward with the ball. De Jong out to Yamal. Yamal turns back on the ball at the halfway line and gives this to Pedri. Pedri will now turn on the ball and drive out left as the half-time whistle goes here at the Estadio de la Cotoya. It is Barcelona 1, Real Madrid 0. Courtesy of a goal through Pedri. Plenty of work for Real Madrid to do at half-time and into the second half. Lucas Vazquez just been talking to the referee about a couple of decisions that were made there. It has been very stop-start. Plenty of tackles, nasty challenges from both sides going into this. Barcelona, of course, with one eye on the Champions League semi-final on Wednesday. They do have a 1-0 lead, made a couple of changes going into this game, but we'll be looking to avoid any kind of injuries. One change forced where Fran Garcia came on for Ferland Mendy, but at half-time it is Barcelona 1, Real Madrid. And it is Real Madrid that will get things underway for us in this second half. Need to step things up from the way things ended in the first half. And it is Rodrigo off, Kylian Mbappe on is the change at half time. Mentioned that Kylian Mbappe was getting warmed up just before the half-time whistle went. Real Madrid on the back foot against Barcelona, who have controlled this game quite well so far in the first half. And the goal from Pedri separates the two sides. And it's played all the way back now to Thibaut Courtois inside of the 6-yard box. Plays this ball out to his right-hand side for Asensio. Yamal on that right-hand side has really started things in this game and has controlled it quite well for Barcelona. So the lineups just remind you: Szczesny, Koundé, Kabasi, Martinez, Martin, Pedri, De Jong, Yamal, Olmo, Rafinha and Torres. For Real Madrid it is Courtois, Vazquez, Asensio, Rudiger, Garcia, who came on for Mendy in the opening 11 minutes through injury. And then it's Ceballos, Tchouaméni, Valverde, Bellingham, Vinicius Jr. and Mbappe, who's just come on for Rodrigo. Now Barcelona in the midfield area with De Jong out to the left hand side, controlled by Rafinha. He's got Martin to his left even more. Martin then goes back towards the halfway line with a pass to De Jong. De Jong into his own half. Now to Martinez. Martinez back to the left hand side to Martin. Martin through the middle for De Jong. Young takes a touch, drives it further forward. Inside now to Olmo. Olmo outright to Koundé. Koundé now for Yamal. Yamal fakes a step over, catches out for Garcia but drops back with the ball anyway. And gives it to Pedri, back inside to Yamal. Now in a more central position.
My wife and the joy all fine.
The initial save was good. The second one was even better from Szczesny just a moment ago. I think Ancelotti's calling for maybe a handball, I'm not sure. But in the end it's Koundé that will get things away from the short goal kick from Szczesny up towards the halfway line. Pedri goes down to ground. Managed to get the pass off first though onto the right hand side. Now it's with Yamal by the touchline. Yamal's left-footed ball switches this across to Rafinha just outside of the area on the left-hand side through the middle, finds Olmo in space, his effort's blocked, and it's going to be a corner now on the left-hand side. Valverde rushing back, managed to get himself in the way, had to do so though because Olmo found himself in plenty of space, and it's again poor defensively from Real Madrid. They're just allowing players to get themselves through the middle. They're losing out on the runners. It's giving Barcelona these chances again. Martin and Martinez both into the box now as an in-swinging corner's on its way from the left-hand side for Barcelona. And it goes towards the 6-yard box, away by Rudiger, back across though by Rafinha, further away by Asensio, chased down by Vinicius Jr., won back by Martin, out to the left-hand side again. Yamal goes down to ground, wants a free kick, nothing given. He's off the field at the moment though. He's holding on to his knee area, but he's not able to get back onto the field, and the referee doesn't have to stop play because even though he's down on the ground, he is off field. as De Jong plays this across. Now with Martinez. Up to De Jong again. Through the middle to Olmo. Back to Yamal, who is back on the field now, and Olmo. Olmo lines up a shot, plays it across to De Jong.